Give me your attention. Normally, you're supposed to go to the student store to pay for your AP exam, but apparently the lady has been out sick, so that's why I'm supposed to schedule, and they're supposed to come to the classroom, and you're supposed to pay in here. I was trying to get it done the past 2 weeks before we went on break, but the person who was in charge of it has been booked for those past 2 weeks. So I was like, yo, when can my students pay? And I think it's going to be either this week or next week. So can you guys bring $5?
Every day? I'm going to keep $5 every day of my
No. Bring $5 when I tell you to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should let me finish my sentences. So,
literally the only cash I have.
yeah. So we'll worry. I'll let you know beforehand. Okay, don't worry if they spring.
Can I leave it here with you because I will most likely want to spend it.
Okay,
That's
we'll talk about that later then.
Not
Okay.
even, bro.
So,
Not anymore.
second thing, you might have noticed that I canceled your over the break test, and that's because when I was writing your test, I was like not enjoying writing this test, and I was like, if I'm not enjoying writing this test, which I normally enjoy writing your test, I was like, I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to do it over break. So,
I didn't mind. Okay.
so what's going to happen instead is tomorrow I'm going to pass out your test for you to take home. You need to bring it back to me by Thursday.
I can do that.
Okay? So it's a take-home test that you need to complete within a span of 2 days, I guess, and get it back to me on Thursday. Okay? So that's the talk about Unit 6 test. Unit 6 test is also kind of weird just because it's like all it is just basically integrals and integration techniques, right? So that's what we'll be tested on there. Third thing, your AP exam is on May 9th, which is exactly 5 weeks away from today. Meaning, I need to get you guys into the mindset of getting here by 8 a.m. ready to do math. Your test is at 8 a.m. on a Monday.
On a Monday?
Yeah. May 9th on a Monday.
Wait, 8?
8th? May 9th.
8 a.m.
Oh.
Or is it la mañana?
No, late
Why is
start
it not?
first.
Oh, okay.
This will go a lot quicker if you just hold your comments till the end. But yes, your AP exam is at 8 a.m. sharp. You show up late, you're screwing yourself over. So, couple of things. Starting tomorrow, you're going to start having an ability to earn some extra credit for my class. Now, this will be daily, but it will require you to be on campus, and it will require you to do some math problems, and it needs to be done before 7:50. Okay? So, starting every day after tomorrow, not weekends, because that'd be ridiculous. Starting tomorrow morning, I should say. That's an easier way of saying it. Starting tomorrow morning, I will start putting up problems out on the window right out here. You do not need to copy the problem. You do not need to take anything. You just have to do it into your notebook. Right? I suggest you get a section of your notebook and just start breaking it down one problem per day. Right? You can do it like half page or whatever you need to do. Do your work on there. Submit it onto Canvas before 7:50. And that's it. You do that for me, you'll start earning extra credit. It will compile into a total of, I believe, 30% of a test is what it's going to work out to be. I did the math, it's about 30%. So if you had gotten like a 50% on a test, this is a sure way to get at least one of your tests up to a B. Because your Fs in my class are never lower than 50%. Even if you did lower than 50%, I would give you 50%. So you can redeem yourself on this, right? You can average out all of your Fs to a C. D. I think we only had 3 tests. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so either way, it's 30 points extra credit on a test pretty much, right? So all you have to do is get here at any time you want before 7:50, but I don't suggest 7:49 because you still have to have time to copy down the problem. No, I'm sorry, I said you didn't have to copy down. To solve the problem and then submit it.
Yeah. Given his Wi-Fi.
Yes. So if you end up showing up at 7, I'm sorry I'm not here that early. I'm eating breakfast still, but if you show up at like, if you show up at like 7:10, 7:15, there's a good chance I'll put
They
it
don't
in.
let us come in until 7:30.
Oh, perfect. 7:30 it is.
I
Oh, they
get
don't
here
let us
before
come till
7:30. So.
Yeah, so 7:30 it is.
There's gonna be a bunch of kids
What's
out
up?
there.
No, they're like 20 minutes.
No, No?
What time do you get here?
You move?
AJ,
What do you mean?
Get here before
Did you go to
7:30.
Melrose
But
or
I
like
get
Marietta
Starbucks.
or like
Then don't
Rose?
say Starbucks.
Rosemead, yeah.
I'm gonna text one of
Is
y'all
that
to send
far?
me the
Yeah?
So are you eating breakfast in your car or something?
Yeah.
I don't understand the teachers
Yeah,
live so
get the
far.
way earlier.
I leave my house.
I used to live really close.
I leave
Actually, my
my
mom's
house at
place and my apartment's still
I
close.
leave at like 6.
Well, I leave at like 6:55.
Why do teachers like to live far from the
They
Because
don't like to
wanna
live
be by
far.
students.
They don't like to live far. It just happens.
Oh.
Mr. Knocking, I have another question. So I heard that a lot of teachers have like side jobs, like
Side hustle?
on the side. So like, do you have a side hustle? So this job pays you well.
Yeah?
Okay.
Well, low-key, not me just take League of Legends.
A lot of teachers like they say that teaching is not it's not a
Like you can't
it's
buy
not
a
a
house.
financially it's not financially stable.
Yeah, but
Sustainable.
Financially sustainable.
Because if it's just you living in an apartment, that's how you want to live your life, then I guess it's fine. But if you want to buy a house and do all
No,
of that
just
with
also
kids and
like
stuff,
other teachers, like
it's
you know,
different.
just teachers and
Yeah.
I
Well,
ain't
yeah,
having
California is
kids.
really
They don't
hard.
deserve my money.
For real.
I don't know. I'm like the last person you want to talk to about financial stuff.
You also have to take a loan and never
Yeah,
pay
he
it
wants
back.
to take a loan. I'm getting a loan.
I'm just saying, take out the loan.
I'm not
It's
even
free money.
getting a loan. I'm going to
What are they gonna do?
military.
You can't pay it back.
I'm following your advice.
Make yourself a financially
Knock me
responsible.
out.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but then you have that money, you know.
What you spending on shoes?
I know.
What's the most you spend your money on? Like, what area does your money go to?
Nothing really. I haven't really bought anything major.
No, but like,
You
monthly
extra
spendings,
cheap
like,
offer.
where does your money go to the most?
Is it rent or is it
Probably food. Probably food.
So you don't know?
All right. So, if you guys could, this was one problem that was asked last period. I don't know what number this was. I didn't work it all the way through, but this was one question that a student had because they tried doing u substitution as u equaling to x plus 4. Of course, if you do u is equal to x plus 4, it doesn't work out. It doesn't cancel out, right? If you do it this way and you let du equal to dx, so this comes out and this will be u over x squared plus 8x minus 3 du, and this right here, that's a red flag, right? Because you still have x's in there. So, since it has x's, that was not a method you should go with.
Where is it?
the last line?
This was on page 4, upper right-hand corner.
Oh, I understood that.
So for that one, Mr. Knocking, I did do u equaling to the x squared plus. Oh,
still
wait,
get them right
hold on. Let me look. So what I did was that I just okay what you did and then du.
So,
Yeah, all right, I like that.
the one in red is wrong, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The one in blue, highlighted blue, is another one that you should try. Now here's the thing, if u substitution doesn't work the first time, try it with something else and see if it does cancel out. So when I did this one, this didn't cancel out, but if I did it this way, it still didn't cancel out. But look closely. The derivative of x squared is what? Derivative of 8x? So I have here du is equal to 2x plus 8 times dx. You solve for dx, and you get du is over 2x plus 8. Takes a little bit of cleverness, because if you look, originally it was x plus 4, and down here is 2x plus 8. Those don't really cancel with each other.
No,
But if-
you take out 2, it's 2 parentheses.
Also, basically,
So that's it. That right there is a factor that you take out, right? You take out that 2, and then you can cancel out the x plus 4 and the x plus 4, and you're no longer killing a puppy that way.
You're left with du over 2.
Good. So you're left with du over 2. I put that over 2 out as a 1/2, and I have du over u. What's the integral of du over u?
ln,
Good.
the absolute value of u.
Good. So it's 1/2 ln, the absolute value of u. But what's u in this case?
X squared plus 8x minus 3.
X squared plus 8x minus 3.
So
Plus what?
plus c.
Good.
Yeah.
I have a question. So I was solving some answers, and I thought that we would only use ln if it was 1 over x, and so I think I was doing it wrong because I would move like if I got like a d over 2, I mean a du over 2, I would put the 1/2 in front of the integral, but instead they were doing it to get the ln. They were putting it like, for instance, like x squared plus 4 du over 2.
You
And then they were
can.
solving it like that.
You can, but I honestly prefer it this way. I think it's easier this way.
So if I didn't get ln of something plus c, but it was basically that, like that answer, just you probably like had to do a little more work, would I still get the same answer?
Well, what'd you get?
Like, I'll show you a problem now. I was kind of confused on.
Okay. Well, for this part right now, are you guys okay with this answer?
Yeah, I got
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. If you still have questions, though, you should still ask me, okay? Same thing as before, tutoring Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Come stop by,
Yeah, I'll be here.
okay? Another one that was my bad
I knew
was
it. Was it number 29 where it went straight back to the first problem?
maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. But this one was a my bad problem.
Yeah.
Yes, because it went.
So this one was a my bad problem in a sense that. Hello. What note? What the? Hello. It's overheating. Okay, so this is a my bad in the sense that working this one out is doable, but it's not reasonable to do on the AP exam. It's a lot of work. And this is what it should come out to be. If you do you got to do u substitution. You let u equal to 2x, and then you're supposed to know. Notice I said the word know. Not actually work out. Is you're supposed to know that the integral of cosecant is cosecant of u, let's say, du, is going to be negative 1/2 ln of cosecant of u plus cotangent of u. Yeah, you didn't. You didn't know that. And that's okay. And that's on me. I'm telling you right now. On the AP exam, if they put that problem on there, you skip this one. Right? Like,
sure.
like that's the main thing. So the only main ones I really want you to know, right, for basic integrals that I really want you to know are these basic integrals right here. Give me a second right here. So not even that one. These are the basic ones I do want you to know, right? Like the integral of sine, I want you to know the integral of cosine, the integral of, now this is the part where it gets weird. I really want you to know the integral of secant squared.
Yeah, I saw that a lot.
But you know why I want you to know that one? Because you already know the derivative of tangent. You should anyways. Right? Do you remember the 6 trig functions I asked you to do derivatives of? If not, let me show you this real quick. Here. So here on the left side are all the derivatives. That's terrible. Can I zoom in on this one? No, that's going to be small.
Wait, is this the same one?
Doop. Boop. There we go. Okay, so can you guys see that? Okay, it's a little blurry.
No, I don't have my glasses.
Oh, squint really hard.
My
If you like
Okay,
do that.
so these are the 6 trig functions I asked you to learn in first semester. Derivative of sine, derivative of cosine, derivative of tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Remember these? Right? Switch there. So derivative of tangent is secant squared. You see that? So what I need you to know then is also the reverse of this. Is understanding that if the derivative of tangent is secant squared, I need you to know that the integral of secant squared
It's tangent.
is tangent.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Derivative of secant is secant tangent. So therefore, the integral of secant tangent is secant.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fully.
Derivative of cotangent is negative cosecant squared. Therefore, the integral of cosecant squared, negative cotangent.
I like that.
So those are the basic 6 I do need you to know. And honestly, if you know the derivatives, you'll know the antiderivatives like that, just because they're just the reverse of it. The basic trig functions, though, they also have integrals of those basic 6. I only need you to know like 2, sine and cosine, because those are the easy ones. You need to know the integral of sine, you need to know the integral of cosine. Integral of tangent has shown up every now and then, and I worked that one out with you before. The integral of tangent, where is that one? Did we work that one together? We did, right?
Yeah.
Where are you at, tangent?
It wasn't on there.
Oh, it wasn't on there?
Oh, it's like on the notes. I have it in.
I have it on the notes.
Aha,
Notes too.
there. There it is. So, yeah, you can work it out. You rewrite tangent as sine over cosine, and you do u substitution and work it all the way through, and it comes out to this. in college, they kind of just expect you to make flashcards and memorize this. Honestly though, I wouldn't put in the effort other than just maybe tangent. This is probably like this is like the thing that will make you either get a 4 or a 3. Like that's the main thing. If you don't know this on the AP exam, you're not gonna fail the AP exam. But if you do know it, it's probably one of those things that will help boost you up to a higher score. That's all it is. It's not gonna make you fail the AP exam. It'll just separate you from others if you get it right. Let me show you why, right here. And it's gonna be, where'd you go?
Please have a test on this.
Yeah,
Like,
we should have a quiz on that.
we've been
I'm
asking
so
you for a
sorry.
test. Like,
Take
advantage of the fact that we're asking for a test.
Focus real quick.
Hey, yo, that's yours.
Hey, hey.
Okay, can we do it just for us?
So these are the 6 trig functions right here. Like I said, sine and cosine are the basic ones you need to know. But when you do tangent, cotangent, and secant and cosecant, these are ones that, like, if you worked it out, it takes like half a page and at least 30 minutes. And ideally, it's not something that you would do on the AP exam. You either just memorize it and you get it, or you don't memorize it and you skip it. Okay, so just giving you that heads up. You see the integral of cotangent, and it's not like, you know, something fancy like cosecant squared or secant squared, or cosecant cotangent, right? If it's just cotangent by itself, and you look at that and you're trying to do it, just skip it, okay? It's not worth the time. Same thing with secant and cosecant by itself. Unless you have them memorized, I would suggest not to do anything else. Some people say, Thaki, these are pretty easy to memorize if you just know them, because they all have the same pattern. You see it? Tangent, when we did it out, it came out to be ln of cosine, right? Look at cotangent. It's the same concept, except it's ln of what? You see it? They're the same, in the sense that they're similar. Same thing with secant and cosecant. Secant will be secant tangent, cosecant will be cosecant cotangent. That's all trig functions work. They're like similar in a way, but again, it's up to you if you want to sit down and put it on a flashcard to memorize them. These 4 right here, I don't think will be a deal breaker if you don't memorize them. But, you know, up to you. Okay? Okay, so that's that. Now, was there any other questions on here that you were like concerned about besides that one? Look, hey, look, there's a tangent one right there. With the 4x, so you'll have to do u substitution on the 4x.
Oh.
That one should have been ln negative ln of no 1/4 negative 1/4 ln of cosine of 4x.
Plus C.
Plus C.
Doing this with Shinaki really boosted
That's
my
crazy.
confidence in calculus.
Good.
I was like, wow, okay. I can do it.
It takes practice, right? All of
Yeah,
it is just
does.
practice.
Then I did a test with my confidence.
Oh. Have you trained yourself to start looking at these and realizing that these are inverse trig functions yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did. I'm so proud of myself.
That's good. You start seeing square roots and you start seeing x squares inside them.
That's arc sine, right?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Yes. Said that very confidently before I looked. So I looked at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that's that one. So, okay, U substitution is one of those things that, like, when you first started, I'm pretty sure it was complicated. But now that you've had some practice, hopefully you feel a little bit better about it. If you don't feel too bad. It's one of those things that you just practice it enough, you kind of get over the fact of like, crap, I didn't get it on the first try. And that's going to be something that you got to feel okay with. You're not always going to get it on the first. But sometimes you do. Anyways.
Tell that to the people who are grading our calculus.
Well, that's the thing. The people who are grading your calculus exam, like, while you're doing it, you're supposed to realize, like, oh, it didn't work on this first attempt. Put an X through it. Keep trying. And they're only going to grade what you let them see. You know what I mean? They'll look at what you got wrong, but if you put a line through it, they're not going to grade that. They only grade what you have there.
And you put a line through it?
Do you
Yeah.
know how long each section is?
45 multiple choice, 6 free response questions.
For like
No, but time-wise.
4 hours
For the whole thing?
for the whole thing. I think, if I remember correctly, the 30 questions without a calculator is almost an hour, and then the 15 questions with a calculator is almost 40 something minutes. And then the 2 questions free response with the calculator is 30 minutes, and then the 4 questions without a calculator is about an hour. So you get about 15 minutes per problem if you're looking at the free response questions. Multiple choice, you're looking at about 2 to 3 minutes,
That's fine.
which is actually really not that bad. It's pretty good.
So totally off the subject, but I had a great like spring break, right? I almost literally could have pulled a 30-year-old at Chili's.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, what?
All right. I'm just going to ignore that happened, and we're going to go ahead and move on.
As long as it wasn't
Did you
Chipotle.
get pregnant over break?
No.
62?
Oh, that's just a food belly?
Oh, no.
Hey.
I'll have you know. I'll have you know. I have abs under here.
Yeah. Wait.
When I
like,
flex.
Yeah.
When I flex.
When you flex.
When
Let's
we
see.
all flex, we have abs.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I flex, I have a whole
I don't think so.
I don't think that's everyone, man.
I don't think it's everyone.
Jasmine?
Yeah, I think that's just you.
That's just you, Jasmine.
I'm a 6'5".
What?
So that's a flex.
We're still 6'5".
Everybody has abs.
We're not even on 7 yet.
It's technically 7, but I'm gonna call it like a subcategory of 6.
Okay.
All right.
Happy, what did you do over spring break?
No, we can do math.
Nothing.
Did you eat?
Well, yeah. I mean,
What did you eat?
Of course.
if I didn't eat, I would have.
Nah,
Perished.
You survived without eating for a while.
Oh, I can't.
What did you eat, Mr. Nakmi?
Nothing special, just regular stuff.
Oh, that's
Not me. I went to an
had
opera.
McDonald's more than one day, didn't you?
An opera.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not me. I had someone cuss me out over.
I'll go to museums.
Over
and
what?
Stuff like that.
Over a
I
coupon.
love
I had
museums.
someone cuss me
I got
out.
cussed out because I was
Yeah, I
cussing
think
out
it's
guys.
Someone cussed me out at my
I
job
do
over a
too.
coupon.
I wish.
Ah.
And then they proceeded to call me the B word, and my response to that was your mom.
Ah.
And she lost her job, y'all.
Eh, good.
No, I'm still there.
Good enough
Stand
response.
one,
You
please.
still there?
All right.
They need a main quote, but they're not gonna quit. They're not gonna
Real quick, if I gave you the integral of dx over 1 plus x squared, what would you tell me this is?
Well, I would
Tan?
first-
Oh,
Tangent?
that's arctan. Arcsine, sorry.
Oh.
Oh shit, yeah.
Arc tangent
Oh.
of
I was right.
DX.
what?
Arctan
Du?
of x,
Wait,
yeah.
X. Oops.
Plus C.
There you go.
We were overthinking that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's funny how I can answer
Yeah.
these lists.
You know what's crazy is I actually wrote this wrong. It's technically dx over what?
X squared plus 1.
Yeah, but they're the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we arc tangent, yeah? Now, did you know that if you change that 1 to another number, we did this before we went on break, what if this was a 9 plus x squared? Do you remember what that became?
Arctan.
Arctan, you're right. You're right.
Would it be 3x?
9x?
You're close. Arctan,
Oh, 2.
what is it? No. Still x, but x over something.
Oh, x
over
over
3.
9.
X over 3.
Wow.
3, x over 3.
You're almost done. You're almost done.
Because of the square plus c.
Plus C.
But because of the
Oh,
Is
you're
it,
s-
what about the
you're s-
absolute, or what are they called now?
No, you only do the
Yeah,
absolute
that's
value
for
of,
ln.
ln.
Now, you're almost done. You're almost done. You're still missing something.
3x in the front.
Close.
1 over
There.
3.
So the idea, right, of this one is if you had this, and let's not do dx. If it was, let's say it was du, right, of a squared plus x squared is going to equal to 1 over a times the arctangent of u over a plus c, right? That shouldn't have been x. That should have been u. Sorry, u.
See, I was gonna ask, but
That was my fault. Now, why am I bringing this up, all this old stuff up? Well, sometimes the AP test likes to mess with students on their integrals. They like to rewrite things just ever so slightly. And I still remember this problem. It wasn't on the AP exam, but it was one of my practice problems. I remember asking my AP calculus teacher about it, and I'm still angry about it to this day. I need to show you this, but if you wanted to take a personal note from this, for me, is I'd say screw this problem, let this problem be a fail, and just skip this one and move on to something that's easier.
see, you keep saying just skip the problem, and then I feel
We're
like
gonna
we're
skip
just
the
skip
whole
everything.
No. So here's the thing. See, I say that because honestly, some of the AP exams, like questions, you'll just get. One of them I saw on the practice exam was just something like this. What's the integral of x squared over 2 dx? And they ask you to solve this, and I think that's like one of those ones like you should be able to get this, right? That's perfectly fine. And it's basically general knowledge of calculus. I think that's stuff that you should know. This problem, on the other hand, looks similar to this one, but it's a very bad magic trick. And I don't know how much you guys like magic tricks or not.
Not really a fan.
Have you ever watched Magic's Biggest Secrets? Like the Magic's Biggest Secrets fantasy movie?
Of course. But
I watched Penn and Teller.
hold that thought for a second. Okay? So let's say I have here dx over x squared minus 9x plus 7. Now, this one is a very unique problem in a sense that it's like, I don't have enough time for this, but check this out. If you do u substitution, you'll have a 2x left over that doesn't cancel out. Do you see that? Do you see it?
Yes,
You see it?
yeah.
So u substitution doesn't work because there's nothing else to let u equal to, right? You can let u equal to that whole denominator, not going to work. Can you let it equal to the numerator? There's nothing there. So u substitution doesn't work straight up. But there is an old technique that you should have learned a long time. They don't even teach this anymore. But it's called completing the square.
Oh, you
We
were
talked
talking
about
about
this.
You taught us this.
Oh, good.
Plus 25 minus 25.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Wait, I briefly mentioned this. Okay, so check this out. You ready to see it in action on this problem? Because keep this one in mind. It's supposed to look like something squared plus something squared, yes? All right. So the technique for completing the square is to focus on the x terms, right? Focus on the x terms. Not only the x terms, focus on the number that's in front of the x by itself. What's that number, by the way? 9. So ready for this? I'm going to rewrite this as dx over x squared minus 9x. And I'm going to ask myself, can you guys erase that 9?
I'm not even writing it down.
Erase that 9. I'm going to give you guys easier numbers to deal with. Write a 6 instead. Sorry. 9 would have worked, but then you guys would have got decimals, and then I didn't want to hear you cry. I don't know. You guys don't like decimals for some reason. So I'm going to keep it whole just for now, and then I'm going to show you how this works out. What is half of this number? The one I'm pointing to. Half of 6 is 3, yes? You take that number, half of it, and then you square it. So half of 6 is 3. What's 3 squared?
9.
I'm going to add 9 to this. Now, if you add 9 to this, look at that new problem. You'll have x squared minus 6x plus 9. Help me out here. Can you factor that for me? What would that look like?
3 and 3, right?
Yes, x minus 3, which just comes out to be what? X minus 3 what?
Squared.
You see that right there is going to be what replaces our u squared. You see that? Now, can you just go into a problem and willy-nilly add a number in there? No. To keep it balanced, you have to add that number and subtract that number at the same time. That way you're not changing the problem. So check this out before you go. This is now going to be rewritten as dx over, I can factor this, right, as x squared minus, as x minus 3 squared and
Plus 7.
plus 7 minus 9, which is going to be plus a, that didn't work out, knock me. I've made up a problem that didn't work out.
Oh my.
We'll have to stop here, and I'll fix it tomorrow. But we'll work it out
How fun.
next time. Tomorrow.